talk to you a little bit about skin cancer and skin cancer prevention. Most of us have a loved one that has had to deal with the effects of skin cancer. According to the American Cancer Society in 2005, over 500,000 people died of skin cancer. Although skin cancer is not 100% preventable, there are some things that we should all be educated on in order to prevent against it. 1, the 3 different types of skin cancer. 2, the negative effects of tanning beds in the sun's rays. And 3, how to properly use sunscreen and what SPF is. The first type of skin cancer, according to a book called A New Prescription for Women's Health, written by Bernadine Healy, MD, is basal cell carcinoma. It is the most common form of skin cancer and usually appears as craters or sores on the head or neck area. It grows slowly and locally, and if caught early, a cure is very likely. Although people who have had this type of skin cancer before need to keep going to the dermatologist regularly because they are likely to get it again. The second kind of skin cancer is squamous cell cancer. It spreads locally, but is able to spread long distances if left untreated. It usually occurs as painless firm lumps around the lip or ear area, and these lumps can turn into ulcers eventually. With early intervention, there is a 90% survival rate. The third and most dangerous type of skin cancer is malignant melanomas. For the last 4 decades, there has been a 3% increase in death rate for people who have been diagnosed with malignant melanomas. Malignant melanomas are more common in women and are mostly found on the lower body or even the bottom of their feet, while in men it tends to stick around the torso area. This type of skin cancer is usually resistant to any kind of radiotherapy or chemotherapy, and if left untreated, the survival rate can be as low as 20%. For this speech, I interviewed my mother, Kathy Castles, who is a skin cancer survivor. She had a mole about the size of a quarter on her back. She ignored it because of lack of money until her mother saw it and offered to pay for it and insisted she go to the doctor. She went to her dermatologist and was diagnosed with malignant melanoma in October 1989. Her doctor scheduled a surgery immediately. They got it all, and she only had to undergo 1 treatment at the hospital. She was blessed enough to be only left with about a 6-inch scar on her back. So now that we've talked a little bit about the 3 different types of skin cancer and you've heard a personal interview from my mother, let's talk about the negative effects of the tanning beds and of the sun's rays. Ultraviolet rays are your skin's worst enemy. According to the book Safe in the Sun by Mary Ellen Siegel, ultraviolet rays leave your skin thinner, drier, and less resilient. And over time, these old, damaged skin cells will have a hard time reproducing new, healthy ones as quickly. This not only leaves your skin looking older more quickly, but it also leaves it more susceptible to skin cancer. According to WebMD.com, a dependable and credible medical website, your risk of melanoma increases by 75% if you are a tanning bed user under the age of 35. The International Agency for Research on Cancer labels tanning beds as carcinogenic to humans. So now that we've talked about the negative effects of tanning beds and of the sun's rays, and we've also talked about the 3 different types of skin cancer, let's talk about sunscreen and how to understand SPF. Going back to the book Safe in the Sun by Mary Ellen Siegel, sunscreen is a substance applied to the skin that either reflects or absorbs the sun rays to keep your skin safe. There are 2 different kinds of sunscreen. The first is chemical sunscreen, and it acts as a filter and absorbs the sun's rays and diffuses them before they get to your skin. The second kind, physical sunscreen, is less common. It's dense and reflects the ultraviolet rays before they can get to your skin. However, according to the Merck Manual of Medical Information, edited by Robert Bergnow, MD, there are many sunscreens that are labeled as waterproof or water resistant, but according to research, it takes almost 45 minutes for them to bind to your skin. So what is SPF? SPF stands for the sun protective factor. It is the ratio between the amount of energy it takes to get a sunburn without a sunscreen to the amount of energy it takes to get a sunburn with sunscreen. So, let's say you can stay out in the sun for 20 minutes and get a little red. If you use a sunscreen of 15 SPF, then you can theoretically stay out in the sun for 5 hours. It's all in the math with SPF. 20 minutes in the sun without sunscreen gets you a little red, times 15 SPF equals 300 minutes or 5 hours in the sun. But that does not mean you shouldn't reapply. In conclusion, I have talked to you today about the 3 different kinds of cancer: basal cell, squamous, and malignant melanomas. And you have heard a personal story of my mom's struggle with skin cancer. I have told you about the negative effects of tanning beds and sun's rays. Remember, the sun's rays are your skin's worst enemy. And also how to guard your skin against UV rays with sunscreen and how to understand SPF. Skin cancer is not something to be taken lightly. Protect your skin and that of your loved ones.